on the topic about body count.
Sure.
So you're saying that men don't really have a lot of sex with a lot of different women, and I've heard it that a lot of guys are asking things like they want to know, they want to verify a woman's body count. And so is that why, in your opinion, that you think that men get really emotional when they hear the actual body count of a woman?
Well, that's a new age practice because I want to say this just outright. A guy with the game doesn't ask her body count. That's just like not smart
it's
at all.
a dumb question.
But if they did that, it shows that they're very inexperienced in itself.
Yeah. There's a biological reason why men have such an issue with women that are promiscuous and women that have high body counts. And the reason for that is because before the advent of modern technology, to put it simply, if I had sex with a girl, right, and I couldn't, and we didn't have birth control, excuse me, we didn't have paternity tests, I wouldn't know if the kid was mine. So the biggest fear for a man is raising a child that he thought was his and he finds out later on isn't his. Right? It's like our worst fear. We're investing in resources and time and attention and love and care into offspring that isn't even ours. The only thing men really ask for is don't be a hoe so that I can ensure that the child is mine. That's like the biggest betrayal. So that's why guys have an issue with a girl that has a high body count, because the higher a woman's body count, the less likely that the child is yours. I mean, I know we have paternity tests now, but you got to remember that in our animal brain, we didn't have all these modern conventions that we have now. Right? I mean, think about it. Women still want a guy that's strong, tall, charismatic, charming, right? But you have police. You have entertainment. You have protection. You can buy your own gun. Why do you need a tall, strong guy? But it's hardwired in your brain. You still want that. Even though we have modern conventions that solve that problem, you still want these traits in your partner. Same thing with men. Even though we have paternity tests, we still want a girl that's not a hoe.
But isn't that a mating ideologue?
It's a reproductive strategy.
Yeah, like you want to mate with someone that is protective, is smart, is brilliant, that can bring an offspring.
Yeah, but men don't. That's from the female perspective. But the male perspective, it's absolutely true. I mean, they've actually done studies on this. They found that the higher a woman's IQ, the less likely that she'll be married. And for every IQ,
I've read that. I've heard about that.
Yeah, like for every IQ point that a man goes up, his likelihood of being married goes up. For every IQ point that a woman goes up, the likelihood of her being married goes down. So what does that tell you? That tells you that men don't screen for intelligence or competence or confidence or ambition. Men don't screen for these things because men don't look for survival value. Women look for survival value. So it's very important that you're with a competent partner. With us, we look for replication value and making sure that the kid is ours. So we're looking for a young, fertile woman that isn't a whore.
So why do a lot of basketball players or NBA players date a certain archetype of women?
You mean like Zion?
I feel like
Williamson.
I'm not naming anybody, but what I'm saying is they date a certain type of woman, and they're usually tall. You know, and we're not going to go to
so maybe we never heard of them before.
Can you specify what demographic you're? Because there's a lot of NBA players that date women that might not match that demographic. So can you specify what do you mean?
You know, like the black players, they're dating white, tall, blonde women. That look like, I don't know, they could be on OnlyFans or something like that. But I think why do they date these women? You know, like
youth and beauty are the most important things to men, and age a lot of the times ties into that.
But you don't think they're breeding to make more basketball players?
They are, for sure.
I think they're breeding.
They call them breeders, actually.
Yeah, that's
when they see like a tall, like pretty woman, especially like
but
a lot of them like
that only proves my point that men are looking for replication value.
They call them breeders. Yeah. I mean, I've heard
like
the term.
like men have a very you know, high interest in a woman's sexual appeal for replication value. What? Are you confused about something? What?
Oh no, I think I wasn't just talking in my mic.
No. Oh, but what were you saying?
I think basketball player or not, a man is trying to find a woman that's breedable.
That's what I think, because it's like a family line. It's like an inheritance. Like you want your kids to grow up and be athletes, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you're an NBA player, right, and you're really attractive and you got a bunch of girls coming after you, then you can afford to be a bit more selective and go into the weeds and say, I want a girl I'm 6'10", I want a girl that's 6 foot. cool. But most guys don't have that same level of ability to be that selective. So most guys will just take what they can get.
So how many? So you're saying that they're taking what they could get?
Most guys will take what they can get.
Yeah.
So when you're an NBA player, top 1.001%, yeah, you can afford to say, I only want to date a Swedish model that's 6 foot tall, that's super attractive. But what you don't see is that he's also going to go ahead and bang a girl that's 5'2". He's also going to have a mistress that's 5'5".
Right.
He's going to have another girl that's 5'7".
4'8".
Maybe if he wants some strange. So like,
If he wants something better.
She's back
so
on.
men, you got to understand that like men's attraction standards are not nearly as rigid as a female's. Our thing is like, yo, is she hot? Not a whore? Okay, cool, I'll commit to her. But that's why men have such an issue with body count.
Controversial question. So why do they pick Kardashians?
Who are you speaking about
It's a
specifically?
status thing, though.
Just the family.
It's a
in
status
general.
thing.
I don't
That's what
have
it really
any.
is.
Oh, okay.
It's
I mean,
status.
guess
Are you
performed
referring to
in
like
my
maybe a Kanye West or
birthday?
something, or who are you referring
Tristan
to?
Thompson.
There's basketball players that they've dated. I mean, I
Chris
think a
Humphries,
couple of them have
Tristan
dated
Thompson.
basketball players.
It's,
So
it's just status.
yeah.
Yeah, but most
But they
guys
didn't have status before, right? They didn't have status. I think Kim Kardashian was just like Brandy's like wardrobe manager or something like that.
Yeah, she gained status after the radio sex
Right.
tape. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule. But in general, most guys would prefer to not wife up a promiscuous woman because it comes with issues. I mean, look at Logan Paul right now. Image is getting destroyed because he decided to get engaged with a girl that has a very shady past. Look at Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith has absolutely tarnished his reputation.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's an embarrassment. I mean, people
What
are
did
not
Jada
going to remember him. Basically, what she did was she had sex with August, who was like a teenager, kid that they, I think, adopted. She had an affair with him, and then she went on the red table and said, oh, we got an entanglement, didn't take accountability or whatever. And this is what I tell guys, I mean, controversial takes or whatever, but I tell men in general, you should never commit to a woman that has a promiscuous past. And the reason why is because it will rear its ugly head and absolutely destroy your reputation and your tarnish your legacy. And people aren't going to remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air anymore. They're not going to remember, Independence Day, I Am Legend, Ali. They're not going to remember 7 Pounds. They're not going to remember any of these movies. They're going to remember him sitting at the edge of a red table crying because his wife decided to bang a 20-year-old, which is ridiculous.
So the tables were turned in their situation. Usually the man wants a younger woman after his woman gets older, and he's the one that cheats.
But the impact is different.
Yeah, you're talking about like societal constraints, right? Like
it's a double standard.
And you also got to remember that he had status. He was a musician. There was an emotional bond. This is a very different situation. And, obviously she's past her prime. She was old at that point. She didn't necessarily have the same sexual market pull that she had 20 years prior when she was dealing with someone like a Tupac. So, and I'll put it simply, if a woman cheats on her man, she's going to tarnish that man's reputation. He loses social value for that. But if a man cheats on his woman, she's not necessarily going to lose social value. If anything, I would argue she would gain social value and credibility by sticking by her man. Look at Kobe Bryant's wife,
Vanessa Bryant.
No one cares that he cheated on her with some other girl. They just know that she stood by him, right? And she still has she carries the last name and she's respected for that.
Yep.
Beyonce. She's with Jay-Z still, even after he cheated with her.
Shit.
So I would argue that it's in a woman's best interest if you're with a higher status guy, just stay with him because you're going to gain a better reputation for sticking by him. I know some girls might try. Please stop interrupting me. I understand that, some girls might make fun of you and say, you're stupid, you stay with him. I think you're stupider for leaving. So, I don't know. I think women gain status if they're cheated on and they stay versus if a man gets cheated on, it's an embarrassment.
Yeah, it just would be harder to want to. It would be like you would lose respect for that man and lose attraction for them.
But you're not with the high value man because you respect him, honey.
What?
Yes. I mean, you should.
Wait, what?
You should.
By default, you should be respect a high value man.
No, you're there to play a role. You're there to be the beautiful wife, to play the role.
Yeah, but by default, it's not just playing games. By default, you respect a man like that. It's not play pretend. By default, you will respect a man who exemplifies those characteristics.
If he respects you and you get the respect back, and if you don't get the respect back, then I understand what you coming from, my love. You just getting disrespected.
Honey, no one understands what the fuck you're talking about this whole time. We're just gonna be real.
Because I'm playing with the fake accent, really. What? Because I'm playing with the fake accent.
And you're not the first, and you will not be the last, and it's okay.
And I won't be the last to beat your motherfucking eyes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's go.
No.
Is she still
I think she needs to leave. Guys, Frank Castle, bro. Frank Castle. Insane.
What's going on right now, bro?
I barely said anything. She was triggered by the mother comment that I made because it was a fact. She doesn't respect her man, and for a reason. That's why.
Pussy. I'm just like my fat pussy. I'm fat.
Can you just chill out for 2 seconds?
All right, I will chill for 2 seconds because I can chill my fat accent.
Please sit down.
All right, yeah.
What is happening?
I can't really tell.
All right, just how we letting everybody know you fake pussy hole because I could have brought you out outside, but you ain't say nothing. But you pussy hole, you pussy hole.
Okay.
In front of my face, I love that.
Okay. You need to chill out for 2 seconds. You need to really relax.
I got you.
Yeah, you need to relax.
I'm sorry. I got you, Fresh.
His name isn't Fresh.
I wasn't talking to you. No, love.
Okay.
No, was I?
Just
no,
chill.
love.
Just stop talking. Just stop talking for 2 seconds.
I wasn't talking to you.
Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking.
Relax.
Going back, you were saying something before? In the corner?
Not you, bitch.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We were talking. We're just saying, like, you know, like if your man cheats on you, you do lose respect for him too. It goes both ways, I think.
Hey, you need to fucking chill out. Look, hey. You need to stop with the like
antics.
Stop with the antics. You need to relax. Okay.
Sit up, please. Sit up.
Yeah, sit up. Put your mic in front of you. Stop staring at girls in the panel and look.
I'm looking at who was talking.
Yeah, I
I
understand that, but you get. Don't try to intimidate the girls on the panel, please. Be respectful.
I'm sorry, they pussy. All right, I'll stop.
You need to stop.
All right,
you need to relax.
4'5".
You need to relax.
Yeah, sorry,
scared of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we good?
So anyway,
you're talking. They want me.
Talking.
Yeah. So you can go ahead. Sorry, you were saying.
Oh yeah, that's it. You know, like
you think the woman will lose respect for her guy for cheating?
Yeah, absolutely. Or even if she doesn't lose like a lot of respect, she'll lose a little bit of respect and probably some attraction.
I like that you mentioned that because girls like a guy that can cheat on them.
Girls like a guy that can cheat on them? Who said
absolutely.
that? Cheat on her?
They like to be dumb.
You just admitted it just now.
Well, it's natural selection, right? If a woman sees that her man is attracted to by lots of other women, it makes her more attractive. But that being said, psychologically and like so far as the relationship, like unless I had pre-established with my man that our relationship was going to be like that, I would feel like hurt and betrayed, and that would affect our relationship.
When did I say that? When did I agree with that?
No, I'm just saying
it's not so
much. They
much
like to be dumb.
What the fuck,
Hold on.
dude?
No, all right, we're gonna kill all the other streams right now. We're just gonna be on YouTube and Rumble. Probably have to switch to Rumble here.
Yeah, Rumble.
But sorry.
She made me lose my thought. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
continue on, Amy.
She literally completely made me lose my thought. I'm sorry.
I just don't know when I agreed with him on that. That we like men that cheat on us.
Oh no!
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, please explain it.
So basically, it's not necessarily that we like men who cheat on us, but when it comes to natural selection, women naturally like a man who has other women who are attracted to him. That is a signifier, like a very strong indication that this is a good man. Other women want him, right? Like from our mammalian brain, when he was talking about like back in the day, you know, and that stuff still affects our brain structure and the way that we think. Now, would we say that would it hurt us if it's not pre-established in the relationship that it's open or he can, you know, see other people on the side and it comes as a surprise? It's going to hurt. It's going to impact the relationship. Yes. But would it make you less attracted to him? No, it's probably actually going to do the opposite from a psychological perspective.
And that's why they like dumb women. You could make it, and that's why they like the dumber women. I mean, if you have a higher intellect, then you're not going to hang around.
We're not talking about intellect.
Okay, no. This is very good. So if you're smarter, you're going to leave, right?
Yeah.
And
you're not doing it. You'll find somebody else.
And what are they going to do? Cheat too, right? So who's smarter? Staying or leaving?
It depends on what the dynamics of the relationship are. Are we talking about high value men? Are we talking about blue collar men?
You want that's going to be superior to you, smarter than you, taller than you, more good looking in some sense. He's going to cheat, right? Eventually.
You want him to make you feel special, like that. Yeah, that man is desired by other women, but he chose you. And he wants to be with you, and he's being loyal to you. Yes, that makes you feel special, and it's.
But the same way how you liked him, other women do. And if he worked that hard to get to that point, just saying he might want to indulge in that because once again, it took so long to get to that point. So we're just saying, is it smarter or dumber to leave?
I mean, you wouldn't know the goals of the woman, right? Like, if she wants a man, then you need to understand what that looks like for you. Is he a good man outside of the cheating? What is cheating compiled of? Is he giving love to someone else, or he's bringing sexually transmitted diseases home to you? Like, what is cheating to you? I think that has to be defined first.
Yeah, so I think
That's fair.
these partners should discuss together what their standards are from the very beginning. But does that happen? No. I'm just saying, if the man's taking care of you, he's actually there for you, and he's going to be your ideal man, why leave to find somebody that's going to do the same thing to you, which is going to cheat? Why leave?
Some people are serial monogamous, so I don't agree with that all men cheat. There's such
But the
thing.
majority do.
But as a,
So you're hoping for a
you're
small
wearing
number.
a cross.
I'm
so
not
you must,
hoping for
you must be
anything.
religious, right? And
Yeah, I'm a man of God.
okay, so, and I'm not religious, but still,
But that face,
I still
though.
believe those vows that you take if you marry somebody that you're not supposed to cheat, man or woman.
Wait,
That's not true.
vows of marriage?
Yeah,
That's
What do they say in there?
Women obey your
I don't know, but I
husband.
think there's something about fidelity.
Yeah.
A key component is till death do us part. What do women do? Leave randomly.
I don't agree with that either.
But once again, no one follows the rules anyway.
I
So
think,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, generally speaking,
But we
the man that
should.
you meet is probably going to cheat.
But we don't. And women overwhelmingly initiate most of the divorce and breakups.
So, but yeah, not all men. Like, look at, like you said, Will, Jade is the one that cheated in their marriage, right? She didn't
Yeah.
accuse him of cheating, so it was on her.
He definitely did.
He cheated. That's why she said
Multiple
she
times.
cheated.
Oh, okay. So,
But it's
But,
not
I
the
mean-
same. When a woman cheats, it's unacceptable. Men and women are not the same. We're not equal, right? So we don't have the same standards on infidelity. Like when a woman cheats, it's betrayal at the highest level because men really don't ask for much from women. If you really think about it, be hot, don't be a pain in the ass, don't be a whore. Men, on the other hand, what do they want from us? Be a leader, be strong, lead me, have confidence, have ambition. Women have way more for men. So if a man actually checks all these boxes and he requests very little of you, and you fuck up in one of the few things he requests, that's a big treachery. That's
no,
treacherous.
I agree with that. If a man is like taking care of you and he goes to work and you get to, not that like being home with kids is a full-time job, it's exhausting, but if you're not giving him what he needs, like sexually, then yeah.
But you're never going to satisfy a guy sexually by yourself anyway.
That's true.
Even with your sex.
I
Well,
do
that's why
not.
they go online.
Your industry proves
I
that.
do not
Hold on,
agree.
stop. Like if you look at the top websites, right? They're all, adult websites.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why? Because men's thirst for sexual variety is almost insatiable.
You ladies need
Rather
to step
do
up
it
your
online
game.
than in
Can you
person.
please stop interrupting? Or is it?
I would rather my man go online than go out and find.
But how is that different than him actually enacting on it physically? It's the same thing. If a dude is looking
it's
at
still cheating. It still feels like cheating. It's still hurtful,
yeah.
but it's more
Lesser.
tolerable. Yeah.
I guess it's more tolerable, but what I'm trying to say is that if men are predisposed, right, to look at other women and they want quantity and they have an insatiable sexual thirst, the only thing really holding them back is their capability of actually enacting on it. So what I'm telling you is the higher value the man, the easier it is for him to enact on it. So,
or he has such high value that he's actually loyal. So
all right, are we going to live in reality here or are we going to live in a dream world?
well, some men are loyal.
Well, that's not to say there's no disciplined men, but it's a lot of that's going to come back to religious practices, right? And religious disciplines,
No.
usually. I mean,
never dated.
moralistically, I find it really difficult to believe that without a true religious influence, that you can have very, very extremely strong moral implications in those types of situations.
Actually, some of the most moral people I know are not religious, and some of them are atheists. I'm not myself an atheist, but like
Let me ask you a question. Do you think men go through the trials and tribulations to earn status, acquire money, get in the gym, etc., to have sex with one woman? Knowing that our biological hardwiring predisposes us to have sex with as many women as we can, realistically speaking?
in your younger years, yeah, that's probably a goal, but that fades out with time.
Hugh Hefner
Not really.
had sex till he died.
And this is what I mean when I
That's
say
one
women
example.
truly
He's
don't.
dead.
This is what I mean when I say that women in
We're just
general
saying.
really don't understand men. Like, if you really understood men, you would know when a man really busts his ass and creates a legacy, a name, etc., he's going to want to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And unfortunately, a lot of times for you guys, that's other women. Because, I mean,
But those are a different type of man than like the average guy. Like
the average
I'm
guy wants to smash
yeah.
girls too.
I know, but they don't have. They don't.
They
He
can't
would.
do it. If he could, he would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do?
but they could and they don't. Why do some of them not do it?
Because
when
they want to,
could?
but they can't.
You don't.
Because they have morals,
No.
and it's not
What's
always
your-
because of religion.
Look, man, you got to live in reality here. Your entire industry is propped up by male horniness. You need to accept the reality.
I know,
that
but like
men-
I've also had my share of relationships, and I've
know.
been with guys who are loyal.
And I'm not saying it's religiously implicated 100% of the time.
I do know.
How would you know?
How would you know?
So every guy is.
No. Honestly,
I'm a
wait.
freaking FBI agent. How does every woman know? How does every woman find out when they cheat?
Okay,
So you
let me ask
find
you
out.
this then. Hold on. Those guys, the guys that you were with that were loyal to you, etc. Where are they now?
I don't fucking know. I don't talk to them.
Did you break up those relationships? Or did
Yes.
they break up with you?
One person broke up with me. The
Okay.
rest mostly I did.
So why didn't the loyalty save the relationship there?
Loyalty?
You said those guys were loyal to you and you still broke up with them.
Do you want me to really go into their issues? Men have a lot of issues these days. I mean, I'm telling you, like,
Must have been frustrated. Only fucking you.
there's so many different reasons a relationship won't work out. You know what I mean? There's so many different reasons people break up with each other, and it's not always because of infidelity. It has been. There's been like one of those situations, but the other ones were just
So being
different
loyal
values.
doesn't have that much bearing then, I guess. Being loyal doesn't have that much bearing, I guess.
It does once you're with the right person.
Okay, let me just be brutally honest here. Go to Rumble. I'm just gonna say this shit because we're just go to Rumble, guys. We're gonna switch over to Rumble, rumble.com.
Come on, guys.
But I'm gonna be
I'm
very honest
sorry,
about
what
this.
is Rumble?
You can see right now.
Just,
It's like a YouTube without.
yeah, without
Filters.
censorship.
Yes.
Come on over, guys.
Come on over, guys, to Rumble. Rumble.com/.
Rumble locals, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Are we? Let me know when we're on Rumble because I'll just keep it 1,000 here.
All right, we're good.
We're good. All right, cool. We're on Rumble.
All right.
So, what I've noticed is that women will say they want something, but when they actually get it, they respond negatively to it. I want a nice guy that's going to give me flowers. I want a nice guy that's going to treat me like a princess. And you get that guy, and then you treat him like shit. You fucking, maybe you cheat on him, or maybe you find another guy that doesn't give you everything you want. What I've realized is that women don't know what the fuck they want in general. They really don't. So, as a man, you got to know what women want and what they respond to. What they say that they want, what they respond to favorably are two different things. Women say they want nice guys, but when they meet a nice guy, they tell them, "Oh, sorry, I didn't feel a spark." So,
Wait a minute.
with all due respect, I don't listen to what women say they want because y'all don't know what the fuck you guys want. You don't even know what you want to eat. So, when you say you want a loyal man, what you're really saying is you want a guy that has the capability to have sex with a bunch of women but still chooses you. And I'm telling you that that's not realistic. Because if a man has the capability of having sex with a bunch of women, he's not going to just have sex with you.
Yeah,
He's going to
facts.
enact on the ability to have sex with those other women because men are predisposed genetically to have sex with as many women as they can. That's what we're designed to do. That's what we want to do. And that's why your industry of pornography exists in the first place. It literally monetizes on men's insatiable thirst for variety in women. There's a reason why pornography is $1 billion industry and men are the predominant consumers of it and not women.
Okay, but maybe that's the majority of men, but it's not every man.
It's a staggering majority of men, and if you go ahead and you go into the men that you actually find attractive that are tall, money, status, etc.
But what if you
That's
don't
pretty much all
care
of them.
about that status so much? Because I mean, maybe I'm different than a lot of women that want shiny things and all that.
Well, you're older.
No, I'm just I have dated wealthy businessmen and stuff like that. I've dated wealthy guys, but like a guy comes in with like a tool belt, like that's hot to me. Like yeah.
Life isn't an OnlyFans scene.
No, but I mean, like
I just feel like
I
women
like
don't
the blue collar
understand
guys.
men.
Like
And
why? You know, why does they have to have status and wealth and oh my god, like you can live a humble, happy
so
life.
he can make less than you then? Can he make less than you?
Can he make less
Can the guy
than me?
make less than you? Yeah. The blue collar guy.
Yeah.
Nope. You're going to take care of him?
I never said I'm going to take care of him.
No, because you said before half and half didn't work for you. So
Huh?
you're going to... Remember,
No, a blue collar jobs can pay pretty well.
yeah, but what if
I was supported on a blue collar
What if he doesn't, though?
salary.
What if you make more than him? Is that
It's okay.
viable too?
Well, at my age, if they make,
Less than you?
it depends what I'm making. If I'm making OnlyFans money, I mean, I don't expect them to make that kind of money. If they're a blue collar,
What's the bare minimum income? Just give it to us. What's the bare minimum income a guy's got to make for you?
in Florida,
Yeah.
because I was in California for a while. It's different. I would say probably like 75.
Yeah, that's a minority of men. In Florida?
Yeah, is that a lot here?
Yeah, it's above average. Well above average.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't really know, but
So status does matter.
I don't know. That to me, I thought is pretty like average.
So you thought?
Yeah.
Okay, 60. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, you say these things, but again, like I said before, women really don't know what they want. They really don't. In
I think
general.
we just need to go with what we feel.
Wow.
And that's a problem.
What you feel?
Yeah, if there's
Because-
a
hold on,
chemistry
hold on,
and
hold on.
attraction, just go with it.
That's not good because women's feelings change every single day based on their period, based on external situations, how their friends are talking to them. Like women are emotionally. That's why I don't think women should be in leadership roles at all. And I don't think women should ever be in positions of power because women are dictated by their emotions, and emotions change and fluctuate all the time.
But not once you're really into somebody. They don't just change and you're like, oh, I don't like them anymore. I mean that's not my case.
It can.
Yeah.
That's fine. I guess that you're saying that your emotions, but they
Yeah, we get moody.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like that's a problem. Like the thing
And
is
that's
that
why women need older men so that they don't have to do that much thinking.
I mean, you're still going to be moody. Even with your older man, you're going to be moody with.
Okay, so when you're moody and your guy lets you do that and you walk all over him with that mood, like ultimately, how do you feel about him and what's your respect level for him after that at the end of the day?
I'm not that kind of person. That's just me.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's why, again, having that leadership position and somebody in that role can be really, really beneficial. Like, I feel like a lot of women really kind of, they don't only appreciate it, but they respect it. Like, it's kind of hot when a guy's able to do that.
Ladies,
Like,
it is
put you in your
tiring
place?
being masculine and being independent. It's tiring. I'm sorry to say this. You know this too, because once again, if you could just sit down and say, you know what, my man's taking care of the bills, he's taking care of me, I can just have fun and enjoy life, you're happier versus stressing.
Absolutely.
But again, do you know what that man wants from you?
What does he want? You tell me.
Peace.
You know everything, so tell me.
Peace and love.
I would think that they would want, like a clean house, food ready on the table, maybe. I mean,
Stress-free life.
just like they want to come home and their bills are paid and taken care of and the kids are well taken care of and they want their wife to be nice to them.
And he may also
And give
want
them some
every now and then some
appreciative.
strange on the side. Every now and then. Like,
yeah, but do they really? All
Yeah,
men
they do.
want
It's like eating
You know everything,
steak
right?
every day for
I'm
the
just saying,
rest
do
of your
all
life.
men-
You want something different for sure.
I would say most men that are in that category want every now and then
But they
something
don't
different.
do it. You know why? Some, maybe not all, some don't, is because they know that it's going to change the dynamic and the mood in their household. Their wife is
They don't-
not going
they
to
don't do it
feel
in front of you.
happy about it.
They'll do it behind your back.
I find it incredible that you're in the porn industry and you don't understand that men literally want quantity and different women all the
No,
time.
I'm not saying they don't want it. I'm saying that a lot of them will just go online and watch stuff online. They won't go out
But
and
that
try
does
to
not
have an
negate
affair.
the fact that they still want to have other women. It's just that their capability of doing so might be hindered because they might not be attractive enough to do it, but they still want to do it.
Or they just don't want to fuck with their relationship like that.
If they could pay you for sex, they would do it. Guarantee.
There's only some. That's
And I
not
guarantee
all men.
a lot of them are married too.
Whoa.
That's
So
just
basically, the principle here is you're saying, regardless, all men cheat.
I'm not saying all,
Not all.
but a staggering majority.
if they
and-
can, they all will.
And if not almost all of the higher status men want to have sex with multiple women.
You're better off placing your bet that the man's probably gonna cheat. So why not? So why say the opposite?
If you told your man, hey, like I want to bring another girl in, and he said no, what kind of man is that? Like I don't want
to fuck another girl in front of you.
I don't want to do that because I don't.
He doesn't
I've
wanna do it
seen
for you.
He just
open
doesn't want to do it with
relationships
you.
like
Having
that.
a threesome with your main girl is a fucking problem.
It's an L, yeah.
It's going to lead to a lot of issues. Most guys that are smart understand this and they don't do it.
Yep.
Because women
Okay,
are
well that's the
emotional.
same reason why they're not going to go have an affair where they're
No,
probably
that's
going to
not
get
true.
In
caught.
front of you.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, it's like ideologically going to have like rice and beans every day for 30 years, every day of your life for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do you want to eat the same meal every day? Do you want to eat the same?
So then go out to eat.
That's what they're doing.
Thank you. Hey.
But not all the men who can cheat do cheat. That's
So
that's all
now
I'm
that
saying.
you're going out with your guy and he knows what you're doing, are you telling the truth or are you guys telling the lie though? That's the question.
What?
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 Going out with your guy?
Since your guy or person or woman knows what you're doing, and since what you're doing out at the moment or whatever, does your person or woman know what you're doing out or not?
Okay, look.
Are you being sneaky or not? Are you being sneaky or not? Then summary.
Apparently,
are you
the
being
men
sneaky
are
or
being
not?
sneaky
Well,
because
it's
they don't
not-
want their woman to find out.
But it's not really
guess.
being sneaky. So what they're actually saying is the man doesn't want to eat your steak every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or your cheesecake every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But if he tells you, then you're going to be butthurt. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. You're going to feel
You don't
like
wanna hurt your
there's a
feelings.
You're
problem
not,
with you. You're
because
going to make it a you problem as opposed to I don't want to eat this shit every day.
I agree with all of you 100%.
That's well said, by the way.
But not all men who can are doing that.
What they're saying is they don't tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not
saying-
even talking about me.
Look,
I'm just talking about
If
in general.
95% of men are going to cheat, can you make an argument for the 5%? Maybe. But in general, most are going to cheat if given the opportunity. You're making an argument for a small,
But you're saying it
minute
right
portion
there.
of men.
You're saying it right there. If given the opportunity.
Ooh, if given.
And they'll create the opportunity a lot of the times.
If they will create.
Like, yo, ladies, I mean, with all due respect, do you guys really think you're that special a lot of the times?
We are women.
Please stop. Be quiet for 2 seconds. I think a big reason why a lot of you guys don't want to accept this cold, hard reality is because women, since the time you're a little girl, you're told you're special, you deserve the world, you're a princess, you can do no wrong, etc. We never tell women the truth about the world a lot of the times. We coddle them from the truth of the world because we don't want to tarnish their innocence or their image. But the reality is, a lot of you guys offer the same thing that the girl next to you offers: some titties, some ass,
And that's okay.
maybe
but you
some pleasant,
chose us.
etc. But the point is that many women offer this. So since many women offer it, you're not as special as you think you are. There's always a younger, hotter girl right there. And if the man has the capability to attract that girl and have sex with her, better yet, without getting caught, he's going to do it most of the time. So if I'm telling you the sky is blue, right, and it's gonna rain in an hour, and I give you a fucking umbrella, and I tell you take the umbrella and go outside and use it, women, like, you guys are basically telling me, oh, well, you know, I might not get hit by the rain, so I don't need the umbrella. Like, stop being a fucking retard.
Fuck that, I'm gonna
Listen
get
to
hit
what
by
I'm
the
saying.
umbrella.
Accept that most men are going to cheat. Find the guy that you're willing to accept the cheating from, and just adhere to reality. Your entire industry is propped up on horny men that want quantity, yet you want to sit here and argue with me and say that men aren't cheating when they're whacking off to you knowing that they got fucking wives at home. Like, accept the reality, man. Like, women are not that special. Men want quantity. Most women offer the same thing that another woman can offer. Men want variety, bro. It is what it is. Like, we need to, like, once you get off your pedestal and you realize that I'm not that special, it's going to make life a lot better. It really is.
Wow.
It'll help you accept men. Because we're not that special, but men are willing to admit that shit. But women will never admit that they're not that special. I deserve the world. I deserve a guy that makes $1 million a year, that's 6'3", that has a huge dick, abs, ripped, other women want him, and I expect them to be monogamous to me.
Only for me.
Only for me. You know, you sound like a fucking retard. Like, it makes zero sense. And this is what I mean when I say women literally live in delusion world. It makes zero sense. It doesn't, like, what's going on? Like,
I love
And-
that shit. The shit that you're speaking
The biggest
right now.
killer of men
That
and
was
women's
well put,
relationships,
by
you know
the
what that
way.
is?
Whoever-
Yes.
he said that.
Expectations. Because once it's off, you expect something that's never going to come true, you're hurt. And that feeling for that person that you have right now, it goes away because, again, you're hurt by what they did to you. But if you expected less, you wouldn't be hurt.
Rumble chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
luckily I'm not in a relationship because I feel like everyone around me in relationships is having problems lately.
Bigger.
A lot of it is
You have no idea, girl.
expectations.
But the thing is that women have, I think that's what you're saying, is
Yeah.
women have an unrealistic expectation of what the dynamics of a relationship is, right?
Which is why
Like-
they want to get divorces.
Not
They
necessarily. It's like, do you guys think that men were doing this like back when more traditional relationships were very common? I feel like what we're seeing is a.
Can I finish?
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So what he's saying is that you just like you're sitting here, you're saying that you're on porn. What do you do?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans every day, and you have how many people watching you every day? at a time.
Different.
They're all men, right? And
not
they
all,
probably have
but-
families, but they're watching you. And then they probably have other people that they're watching as well. And so the fact that you're sitting here arguing that, oh no, there's these monogamous people in relationships and they should be and they could be. And then, by the way, there's high value people, men that would dedicate themselves to me. It's just not realistic. Women are emotional beings, and the dynamic of a relationship is to procreate and be there for the man. And then what the man wants is to go out there and live his best life and have a decent, depends on what type of man you're dating.
I mean, it depends.
But they want to have
but no, I'm just saying not
certain type
all
of woman
men
at
are
home.
going out there cheating all the time on their women.
But that's like a percentage that
some
you
men
don't even want.
even-
You don't even want to argue. I mean,
it is okay. Yeah, it's a small percentage. There's also a percentage of men that don't even have a sex drive enough to match their woman.
I agree with that. I agree with that. There's a lot of impotence going on right now.
Do I want a man who doesn't have a sex drive to match me?
Yes. Do you want that?
I'm not saying I want that. No.
But why are you
So why are you
speaking
arguing
up
for it?
like
You're making
that?
arguments for, and this is no
I'm just saying
offense.
not all men
Hold on.
cheat. That's my
I
argument.
hate to bring this back to what I said before, but this is why men in general prefer younger women. Like older women tend to be stuck in their ways. I'm right, you're wrong, even in the face of fact, etc. And not to pick on you or anything, but a lot of older women will sit there and argue with you about things. And, well, my worldview is this because I forged it through my 30, 40 years of my experiences. But what women don't understand is that your experience is limited to your experience. And I'll be honest, women live life on easy mode a lot of the times. So you don't necessarily see the world for how it really is. Men have to see the world for what it really is because men live a much more difficult life than women do. We don't have the same privileges and opportunities and situations given to us by our gender. Men have to go out there and get out the mud for real. I'm not saying that you didn't work hard in your life, but you would not have had the same opportunities and certain things presented to you if you were a male.
But in the workforce, it's harder for a woman to prove herself.
But he's saying because
here we go.
that the workforce is not supposed to.
Here we go.
I disagree. I think it's actually easier for women get hired way more for jobs, even if they're less qualified.
I know, but once you're in it, like...
You got the job, though. You beat out a male a lot of the times that might have been more competent or a better candidate because you're a female. So you got the job. Now it's on you to prove what the stereotype's wrong, but at least you get the opportunity to prove your stereotype's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that come with that.
So quality of opportunity, and like most women are not willing to do what a lot of men are willing to do. Like men can easily do like 70, 80-hour weeks without it like affecting their mental, emotional. For women, that's way harder. Like so much more difficult. So it's not an equality of outcome thing. That's never going to happen. But we do have a quality of opportunity for sure.
I mean, yeah, we do have a lot of opportunity. That's true. Yeah.
So again, like I said, men aren't going to bust their ass to become successful to have sex with one girl a lot of times. Are there guys out there? Sure, but you're making an argument for a minority that's no one cares about.
Well,
go ahead.
But I mean, yeah, for the girls who are idealistic and they want to believe that they're going to be in a monogamous relationship one day, yeah, there are some guys out there.
Do you want to operate in the ideals or do you want to operate in the reals?
Nigga, you single, man.
Oh, we could do both.
I like to operate on the reels, so I like to tell women what it really is. You want a high value man? You want a guy that's tall? You want a guy that has money? You want a guy that's attractive? Be prepared to share him.
What about me?
Real quick, I want to ask you guys a question,
you
if
got
that's
two
okay.
kids, man. You fucked.
But I'm short though.
She's young though. She's 22.